Hello everybody, I'm Seth Steele. Sergeant Brandon Bean was supposed to be here today to read some remarks, but unfortunately he was unable to make it, so I'm going to read a prepared speech by him. Ladies and gentlemen, due to recent under-the-weather circumstances I am encountering, I find it regrettable but necessary to forego today's events. Please accept my apology for my absence and accept my typed speech in lieu of my presence. I offer emphatic approval and praise for Mr. Ovittore and will continue to support him throughout his campaign and office. I believe that with Mr. Ovittore, veterans gain a platform, a voice, and chance for genuine well-being after honorably serving our country. Again, it is with regret that I cannot be present with you all today and rallying behind Mr. Ovittore. Thank you for your time. Brandon C. Bean, Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps, and Active Ready Reserve. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brandon Bean, and I am a former Sergeant of Marines of MCAS New River, MAG 26, Malice 26. I served 5 years in my Corps and am thankful for every moment of it. While in the Marines, I learned firsthand that actions speak louder than words. As a 25-year-old Lance Corporal, I was 7 years older than the average age of my fellow E3s. I was fortunate enough to have the guidance of superior leadership, and pretty soon my actions gained recognition, which landed me a spot on a Emeritus Promotion Board. I placed second on the board and decided to try harder. 2 months later, I deployed to Iraq and was awarded a second chance at Emeritus promotion. This time, I adjusted and won the board, placing me ahead of my peers at the non-commissioned officer rank of corporal. I knew that this accomplishment had not been earned through good intentions or boastful rhetoric. It had been earned by relentlessness in my efforts and embodying our Corps' values of honor, courage, and commitment. As a proud veteran, I would like to offer my support for Jay Ovittore. I have known Jay for 14 years, and just as I am proud to have served you all in my Corps, I am proud to know Mr. Jay Ovittore. As a man who recognizes the merit of actions over words, I believe in Jay and know that his positive actions will far outreach idle promises. He, too, will be relentless in his efforts and stay true to the promises he makes. I respect Jay for the man he is and appreciate Jay for the values he places on all of our servicemen and women. I think we can all agree that better care need to be taken of our veterans, so let us all be in favor and support of a man who can make that a reality. A good representative will have a constituent welfare in mind. A great representative will make constituent welfare happen. It is with this ideology in mind that I encourage you all to support Mr. Jay Ovittore. Thank you for your time, and let's make a difference by electing a great representative. Semper Fi, and God bless. And once again, I'm Seth Steele. I'm the president of the UNCG College Democrats, and I've had the great pleasure of knowing Mr. Ovittore for several years now, and we've worked amazingly together. He has been just a great leader in the local community, just advancing the Democratic cause in every way you can imagine. Throughout the years, he has been a voice of the community throughout his blog, and recently a voice within the local and state community through working with the legislator. And hopefully very soon he will be the voice in Washington. So without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Jay Ovittore.
How y'all doing? My name is Jay Ovittore, and I'm here today to formally announce that I'm going to run for North Carolina's 6th congressional seat in 2008. Let me start off by saying I apologize for the weather. As I can change a lot of things in Washington, the one thing I cannot change is the weather. I want to run an issues-based campaign. I want to run an issues-based campaign on health care. Specifically, I stand behind universal health care, as no one should ever have to choose between cutting a pill in half or choosing between buying their medication and buying their food. And just for the record, on S-chip, I would have voted to give 10 million children the health care they deserve. I also want to tackle jobs. We have a large problem in the 6th District with factories outsourcing jobs to overseas countries. And I think the problem stems from NAFTA and CAFTA, which need to be at the very least fixed. The outsourcing of jobs not only sends American jobs overseas, but it sends the American dream with it. I do also want to tackle education. where No Child Left Behind has done exactly what it was not intended to do. It has left a lot of children behind. If you want your child to be standardized testing is exactly what's good for them. I want your children to be able to reach for the sky. I also want a teacher's living wage so they can afford to live comfortably for doing God's work and teaching our children. I'll speak briefly on foreign policy. I'm hoping that in 2008, when I take office, I will not have to worry about getting our boys and girls home from Iraq. I'm hoping they're going to be back already. I feel it's a grave mistake to try to bomb countries into democracy. And I feel that the only way we can make allies in this global community is through talking to them, working with them, and being diplomatic. And the last and final thing that I want to talk about is Veterans Affairs. I was in Washington, D.C. this past weekend for Veterans Day on the Mall. And I ran into a man named Michael from New Windsor, New York. He is a Vietnam War veteran. And what stood out for me for Michael was that he was trying to get mandatory health care for veterans. Mandatory health care that is so long overdue for the men and women that go overseas to fight for our very freedoms and our very liberties. I have offered my support as I have drafted a bill to send to him to show him what I will do when I go to Congress to get our veterans the health care they deserve. And I speak about veterans as we stand here in the Phill G. McDonald Plaza. As Phill G. McDonald, this plaza was named after a fallen veteran. He was killed in action, saving his fellow troops. And I think we need not overlook or treat our veterans like second-class citizens. I intend to run an issues-based campaign, as I said, and I plan not to sling any mud. And I hope that you all come out and support me. I appreciate your time. Thank you.